Hello friends, welcome to Gentleman Cadet Academy GCA. Hope you all are doing good. So another video in the updated relation series, India-Iran relations. So before this, I have already made a detailed video on India and Iran relations 3 years back. If you want to watch that video, the link of the video is available in the I button. So in that video, everything was covered in detail, right from the historical background, areas of cooperation, areas of concern. But this video will be in crisp form, where the focus will be mainly on the recent happenings in the last 1 or 2 years. So like always, without wasting any time, let us start. So starting with the basic information, India and Iran share a rich history of cultural, economic and strategic connections that date back to the thousands of years, forming a unique bond which is characterized by mutual respect and shared heritage. And this deep-rooted relationship has evolved in modern times to encompass significant areas of cooperation, mainly in energy, trade and regional connectivity. So as one of Iran's major oil importer, India's energy needs have long aligned with Iran's vast oil reserves, creating a natural partnership. However, this energy trade has faced several challenges, especially with the imposition of US sanctions on Iran. Then a landmark project highlighting the cooperation is the Chabahar port, which is located in the southeastern Iran, and it is developed with a substantial Indian investment, and it is strategically important for India as it provides direct access to Afghanistan and further to Central Asia, which allows India to bypass Pakistan for trade with these regions. And this project also aligns with India's low-cost policy. And the India-Iran relationship is complex due to the balancing act India maintains with the United States and other Middle Eastern allies such as Saudi Arabia and Israel. Yet, despite these dynamics, both the countries continue to engage on areas of shared interest, such as counterterrorism, ensuring regional stability, and promoting peace in Afghanistan. Now, let us talk about the recent developments in 2024. So, in 2024, also, the relationship between India and Iran remains multifaceted, which is deeply rooted in historical, culture, and strategic connections. And both the countries continue to strengthen their ties, focusing on energy, trade, regional connectivity, and security. And this partnership not only addresses mutual economic interest but also seeks to enhance regional stability. Now, let us talk about the areas of cooperation between both the countries. So, the very first is the historical and cultural foundations of India-Iran relations. So, as both the countries share a centuries old cultural and civilization bond that has left a lasting impact on art, language, and religion, Persian influence on India is visible in its architecture, literature, and the Mughals' court adoption of Persian as a language of culture and governance. And this deep cultural foundation continues to shape modern relations, providing a unique and enduring layer of diplomacy between two nations. And in 2024, cultural exchanges, people to people connections, and academic partnerships reinforce these historical bonds. Joint initiatives such as the celebration of Persian cultural festivals, scholarship for Indian and Iranian students, and collaborative research projects highlight a mutual commitment to preserving this heritage while building future connections. Then the second area is the energy cooperation. So energy trade has long been a cornerstone of India-Iran relations, with India relying mainly on Iranian oil to meet its growing energy demands. However, the reimposition of US sanctions on Iran has posed considerable obstacles, leading India to diversify its energy sources. And in 2024, both the countries are examining mechanisms such as trading in local currencies, barter trade to facilitate energy transactions. So Iran's vast oil and gas resources remain attractive for India, which seeks to secure affordable and sustainable energy sources to fuel its economic growth. And additionally, Iran has expressed interest in participating in India's energy market by investing in a refinery project, further strengthening energy ties. Then talking about the third area, that is the Chabahar Port and INSTC, International North-South Transport Corridor. So Chabahar Port, which is a symbol of India-Iran collaboration, is strategically located on Iran's southern eastern coast and offers India a crucial entry into Afghanistan and Central Asia. And India has invested in developing Chabahar as a transit hub that can bypass Pakistan, granting it direct access to new markets and enhancing trade potential. And in 2024, India is working closely with Iran to further develop this port and its infrastructure, focusing on upgrades to improve capacity, efficiency, and connectivity. And both the countries are accelerating efforts to operationalize INSTC with expanded railway and road networks connecting Chabahar to key transit hubs. So, by investing in these projects, India is enhancing its regional influence and economic clout, positioning itself as a strategic player in the Asia-Europe trade. Then moving to the next area, security and stability in Afghanistan. So with the US withdrawal from Afghanistan, regional stability has become a shared priority for both the countries. So both the nations view a stable and secure Afghanistan as it is critical to their security interests. and both the nations have vested interest in preventing the rise of extremist group, curbing illicit trafficking, and ensuring that Afghanistan does not become a base for terrorism. So while Iran has maintained consistent diplomatic channels with Taliban, but India's engagement has been more cautious, balancing its relationship with Western allies while still advocating for a peaceful Afghanistan. And in 2024, both the countries are engaging in dialogue over Afghanistan's future, supporting regional forums and also encouraging international humanitarian assistance. Then moving to the next area, that is navigating geopolitical tensions. So India's relationship with Iran is influenced by strong ties with the US and other Middle Eastern powers, for example, Saudi Arabia and Israel. And in 2024, India continues to pursue a balanced approach, ensuring that its cooperation with Iran does not compromise its interests with Western powers. For example, while India actively collaborates with Iran on Chabahar port and energy, and it also maintains own stance on regional security, often aligning with the US policies on Indo-Pacific. And similarly, Iran's evolving relationship with China and Russia add a new dimension to the dynamic as Iran seeks to counterbalance Western influence in its favor. So next area is expanding economic engagement beyond energy. So as oil trade fluctuates, both the countries are broadening their economic relationship to include various sectors, for example, pharmaceutical, technology, agriculture, and construction. So with a large market and skilled workforce, India is a valuable partner for Iran, especially in the development of sectors beyond energy. And both the countries are also enhancing banking and payment mechanism to ease trade. And despite sanctions, bilateral trade agreements in non-energy sectors have been strengthened. Then talking about cultural and academic changes. So cultural diplomacy remains a powerful tool for fostering goodwill between India and Iran. And in 2024, both the countries have expanded these cultural programs with events like annual Persian Art Festival and academic conferences on Indo-Iranian studies, which further strengthen ties. And these cultural exchanges reinforce a sense of mutual respect and appreciation, creating a positive atmosphere that sustains the relationship even during the political challenges. Now moving to the challenges part. So the very first challenge is the US sanctions on Iran. The reimposition of US sanctions on Iran significantly impacts India-Iran trade, especially in the energy sector. And India, historically a major importer of Iranian oil, has to reduce its purchases to comply with the US sanctions. And although India has explored alternatives such as local currency trade and barter, as the sanctions also restrict financial transactions and banking relations. Then the second challenge is the geopolitical balancing act. So India's strategic partnership with the US and Middle Eastern countries put it in a delicate position regarding its ties with Iran. And India has to balance its growing partnership with Western powers, especially in defense trade and maintaining strong ties with Iran. Then talking about the third challenge, that is the security concerns and the regional stability. So as both the countries, they share interest in regional security, particularly concerning Afghanistan. So their approaches differ at times. For example, Iran has been more directly engaged with Taliban, while India's involvement has been more cautious due to its broader relationship with other regional powers. Fourth is the impact of regional rivalries. So Iran's relationship with regional rivals, for example, Saudi Arabia and Israel, influence India's interactions with Iran. And India has strong ties with Saudi Arabia and Israel, especially in energy and defense, and has to manage these relationships carefully to avoid tensions with Iran. Then the next is the infrastructure and investment challenges. So the projects like Chabahar port are seen as a crucial for regional connectivity, but infrastructure development in Iran has been hampered by sanctions, making it difficult for India to make further investments. And the pace of progress on these key projects, which are integral to India's strategic goals in Central Asia, have been slower as expected and affecting their long-term viability. Then the sixth is the nuclear tensions. So Iran's nuclear ambitions continue to be a point of contention in international relations, particularly with US and European Union. So although India maintains a neutral stance, it faces pressure from West to align with its position on Iran's nuclear program. And the potential for an escalation of tensions regarding Iran's nuclear activities can complicate India's relationship with Iran, as it must balance its need for regional stability with global non-proliferation norms. Then the last challenge is the economic diversification and trade barriers. So as we already discussed that both the countries are diversifying their economic relationship beyond energy into various sectors. However, the lack of banking mechanism, trade barriers, and logistical challenges make it difficult to fully realize the potential of all these sectors. And sanctions and global trade restrictions on Iran limit India's ability to engage in full-scale business, affecting both countries' economic growth. Now moving to the last part of the video, that is the future of India-Iran relations. So the future of India-Iran relations hold significant potential as both the countries are poised to deepen their cooperation across various sectors despite the challenges posed by geopolitical dynamics. Then talking about regional stability, especially in Afghanistan and surrounding areas, it will remain a shared priority as both the countries view a stable Afghanistan as essential for their security, and they are likely to continue collaborating on counter-terrorism efforts. And economically, both the countries are increasingly diversifying their collaboration beyond energy as they are expanding into sectors such as infrastructural development, healthcare technology, and agriculture. Then cultural diplomacy will continue to be a strong pillar of relationship with the shared historical ties in art, literature, and religion. Then finally, in the conclusion, I can say India and Iran, they are likely to continue building a robust, multifaceted partnership, navigating challenges while capitalizing on shared interests in an energy, regional stability, economic diversification, and cultural exchange. And despite external pressure, their cooperation will evolve into deeper and more resilient alliance. So, with both countries positioned to play a key role in the futures of the region. So friends, this is all about India-Iran relations of 2024. I have tried to keep this video as short as possible. Like I discussed in the starting, if you want to watch the detailed video, the link of the video is available in the I button. So until then, keep learning, keep watching, keep supporting, and keep preparing. Thank you and best of luck.